What's up guys, FallenRedZeo here, bringing you an action figure video. This time we have the new SH Figuarts Yoda here from Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. So this is super cool. This is my third, I think, SH Figuarts figure ever. I've got the two, the white and the green ranger, and now Yoda. And Yoda is one of my absolute favorite characters from Star Wars, so I definitely had to get him when they released him in this SH Figuarts. And of course this set is cool, mostly for one thing that I'll show you here in a second. But here's a look at the front of the box. So we got the Yoda figure there, then of course like a picture design from the movie and everything going on there. And if we flip it around, of course I like the old Tamashii Nations quality and all that sort of stuff there. But there on the back we've got to look at all the different stuff you can put Yoda into and everything with his poses and all sorts of accessories going on there. So we have horses, lightsaber and everything, and different faces and stuff that we'll see all of those. But my biggest thing is his chair down here. So I really enjoy this a lot because my first figure I actually started collecting. So once I actually started collecting stuff back, and I think it was probably around 2003ish or something, was a Yoda from Attack the Clones in his little chair here, and I still have that figure and I absolutely love it and everything. And so getting Yoda in his chair is just super nostalgic to me and stuff, and knowing that that's what started my collecting of Star Wars that led into everything else you see here on the channel. So that is just super cool, and that's the reason why I wanted this so bad was because of the Yoda in the chair. And so I'm super excited to see it. But let's go ahead and get him open. So here we go out of the box. So here we have all of the details. Oh, there goes his lightsaber. So here starting off we have the chair off to the side. Again, the cool little Yoda chair that we'll be able to put him into. Again, his lightsaber fell out, so there's his lightsaber. So usually with figures and stuff, Yoda has a smaller lightsaber since obviously he's a smaller character. Unfortunately, it looks like he has the exact same normal size lightsaber there. We have his little cane walking stick here, so that's pretty cool. They included that in there as well. And then we've got all the different accessories and stuff. So we have Yoda himself, so we'll take him out. Of course, we'll look at him and everything there. So there's just the basic Yoda, the way he comes out of the package and everything. Again, we'll look at him in a second. We got his head up here with his eyes that are closed. So there he's got what I call sleeping Yoda there, but of course he's meditating, focusing and stuff like that. We have Yoda with the exact same face as before, but his eyes are darted off to the side so he can kind of look straight at you there with his head cocked a little bit. We got a cloak here for a jumping action stuff when he's coming into action and stuff. Then we got his cloak here that goes with the chair, which is funny how they do this, so we'll definitely take a look at stuff, but it's kind of funny. But there's a little cloak for sitting and stuff for meditating. And then we've got some extra hands here, so we got two grip hands there so he can obviously hold the lightsaber, of course, with his three little fingers, and then an open hand there, kind of like a force hand and stuff. This one can obviously hold his cane as it's got the little indentation there for that and stuff, so just kind of like a resting hand. So pretty cool to get all those different accessories. And then of course we have all the instructions, which I'll definitely need to look at and stuff to figure out how to put this figure together and everything. So pretty cool. So let's go ahead and look at it. So let's look at the Yoda himself here. So again, a cool neat little figure here. I've already kind of messed around with it trying for getting movability and stuff down, but I've already kind of messed up some stuff that we'll see. So here's of course his basic head there, so just a normal Yoda looking face, just his normal resting face, eyes open straight ahead. It's like his pointy ears coming off the side. So the thing about this figure with points like these, they're kind of pokey, so when I was messing around I've kind of poked up my finger some of the stuff, so it's kind of annoying and everything, but still looks pretty cool. And they come out to a nice point, the ears stuff. Gotta love those big Yoda ears hanging off the side. He's got the white hair coming off the back of it there, so of course he's an old man and everything. Then we have his cloak on over the top of him here, so his light tannish brown colored coat or whatever over the top. It's got the hood back there, the long sleeves coming down to the hands and stuff. Then we have his tunic on underneath, or his little under outfit and stuff with the brown, the darker brown colors there. So we have the shirt, the little pants here down at the bottom, and then we got his hands and feet. So he's got the open hands automatically on him, so just like the force using hands, and then the feet at the bottom again with more sharp points that the toes really pokey and everything. But for this little figure, since it is a figure arts, they have really good movement on, so the head can obviously move and twist all the way around, and it can nod, and it can obviously look all around and stuff, so good movements on the head there. We got the arms that can twist around and move. Of course, you gotta be careful from popping them out and everything. And then it has a single little elbow joint here. Of course, the fanning of the sleeve kind of makes it hard for movements, but it does have a little sleeve there. Then of course the hands can flex. It's on a ball joint, so they can move around in a circle and everything, so pretty cool for that. He does have a little tiny ab crunch right at his waist, so It's got a little crunch. It's hard with the coat there, but you can see the crunch and the twist kind of side to side there for that. And then his legs do come out there about 90 degrees, go back some, of course the cloak's in the way, and then out to the side. So it's pretty good movements there right at his hips. Then he does have a single knee joint, of course, with his little tiny legs there, so you can see it's all like a ball joint type thing. So it's got the knee there, and then it also can twist around as well at the knee. And then his feet are same as his hands, so on a ball joint, so they do have rotation and movement and everything all the way around and stuff. So good movements for this little itty bitty tiny figure. So the unfortunate thing though is for someone like me that has, you know, bigger fingers and stuff, it's hard to get him to move around and pose. There's all sorts of little movements and stuff, especially around here on his hips, that we'll look at here in a second. But with the cloak on and stuff, it's hard to get in and, you know, make movements and stuff. So let's go ahead and get this cloak off. So there's the cloak off, and so we can see a little bit more of Yoda and kind of function and play with him a little bit better. So unfortunately though, he does not have additional like different arms or sleeve things and stuff, so you just have to kind of deal with what they get you and stuff. So if you don't want to have the cloak on, you have to have mismatched color Yoda arms, which I don't think actually looks too bad. The way they design like up here to around the neck and stuff, it looks, you know, like that would be an outfit for Yoda here, but it's just something he's never with. Usually when he does have the cloak on, it's just all this brown color. So that's just a little unfortunate that they haven't included that, but because I kind of, you know, just like the plain Yoda here like this. But so obviously for the movement stuff, we can, you know, just do a little bit of the neck's gonna be the same. The shoulder though, so the shoulder just has this rotational joint around there at the top and then flexes out to the side, and then you pop them out to be able to put the cloak on and stuff. This doesn't come out, at least as far as I know. There is a little bit of separation here at the shoulder, as you can see, but I think they're just kind of permanently stuck in there, so you just have to, that's why I was like, you have to leave it like that, and so you don't get to pull the sleeves out or get rid of the sleeves or anything. You just have to deal with that lighter brown color. So a little bit better movement here at the waist, so you just completely twist around. It's just on a ball joint and stuff, so again, nothing too special, but it gives you those movements there. And so it looks like he has a diaper on, and again, this thing is just all messed up. I don't know how to like get this readjusted. That's one thing with these Figuarts, and then of course with my fat fingers, that's not helping too much at all either. But you can see he has what looks to be like a diaper on, so he has the strap across the top and then the piece coming down under his crotch and stuff. So it's kind of like a sumo wrestler diaper, and then he has these additional little leg pieces in here that again are just floating around. That's one thing I don't like about stuff like this, especially at a leg joint where you're going to be moving them around and posing and stuff. It allows for the good movement and everything, but they just move and mess everything up. So you have to kind of just get them into position and then try and move the figure around. And again, it looks like his butt or something, so I feel like they should be at the back and be his little butt, but I think it's just here to go at the legs, kind of like fill in the gaps here at the joints and stuff. So again, all this loose stuff going right around here in his midsection is just really annoying and bothering to me and everything. But everything else is the same, so we still have the feet and everything else, just the legs can move a little bit better. As you can see, go back more and stuff, and we got his leg joint here, the little ball joint stuff, but he can move pretty good for his without the cloak on stuff. He can move really well. But let's go ahead and switch out some of his body parts. So we'll go ahead and switch the heads out so they pop off really easily. So again, we have the additional Yoda head here that's pretty much the exact same, just him looking at an angle, so you can even compare the two. They look exactly the same, just this one has the eyes, you know, kind of off to the side a little bit for that. And then we have the last head of him, you know, doing like the focusing meditation there with his eyes closed. Again, what I call sleeping Yoda there with his eyes closed for that. So there you can definitely get his arm out like he's using the force and everything there like that, like, oh, Yoda's using the force and there. So that's pretty cool with the head. But of course, we're going to just switch it back to the normal, and then this will be more difficult. We're going to switch out his tiny little hands. Of course, they pop out easily and everything, so nothing too much to worry about. So there we've got the resting hands now on him, and of course this is the one that comes with the thing for the cane, so you can just take the cane and pop it into his hand and then stand him up here. And of course with the cloak it'll look much better, and it probably can't see too well on the table. I don't know how well you can see, but there you can see him, you know, walking with the cane and stuff. So that's pretty cool that they included that into it as well. And then we'll switch out the hands now for the last set. So there he now has the grip hands on, and then of course with that he can take and hold his lightsaber now. So we've got Yoda there ready for action with his lightsaber and everything. So he's ready to do all his old little flipping around and stuff, getting ready to fight with like Dooku or Sidious, whatever you want to call it there, with his lightsaber. But now we'll go ahead and put the cloaks back on. So we'll go ahead and start with his action jumping cloak. So there we got the cloak on it, and of course we can go ahead and add the lightsaber into his hand just to give it more of that action there. So he's like jumping through the air and stuff to again be able to fight and do all his little jumping around and everything there with the cloak flowing off behind him, or he's running real fast or something. But it's pretty cool. They could throw that in there again. I don't know what you do much with it unless you have one of the like stands and stuff, you know, to be able to hold up Yoda and everything. But unfortunately he does not have like a angry looking face, so it doesn't, you know, look too well with, you know, making him in this stuff like he's, you know, in action stuff. But he doesn't have, you know, like an angry snarling face. He just has the same face with, you know, the eyes and then the meditating. So he should have had a face, you know, again like the anger, you know, like gritting teeth or something like that to be able to, you know, be like in action stuff here that go along with this cloak. But unfortunately it doesn't have it, so he just kind of feels like a little mismatched here for Yoda. And then we have the last cloak here that we can put on, which is going to be the sitting in the chair. So with this one we'll have to obviously take his head off. We already got the arms off, and then you just slide it down on him. Oh, I guess there's a little like thing there to pull apart, and he does have a little like notch in his back, and so all these have a little piece that you push into his back. As you can see it right there, you just push that into his back, and so it kind of helps hold it a little more, and then you just pop these in. But then as you can see, that's kind of silly, which you probably saw in the picture there, the way his legs are. So you can, I thought you'd then, you know, like put this on, then take and try and figure out how to get his legs into a position and stuff so that he would be able to, you know, sit in this sort of position and everything. I thought that's how this would work, but unfortunately it doesn't. Let's get these all back on. So there, it's put it all back together, and as you can see, we still have his little feet just hanging down here at the bottom. Looks like he's, you know, doing the type of thing where it's, you know, a person on top of another person's shoulder, so it looks like someone else's feet on Yoda's body. Looks a little funny there as he's all crouched down. But so that's the funny thing, you know, I thought it'd be that, like I said, and then you'd move his legs around to get him into position, be able to sit and everything. But no, you then pull in his little Yoda chair here, and the bottom pops out of it. So you just push in through the bottom there, it pops in, and then you just take him and put him down into it. So his feet go down in the hole, as you can see under there. His feet are sitting there, and then you just plop him in the chair. And there we have little Yoda sitting in his Jedi Council chamber chair there, just like that. And so that's, you know, kind of funny that that is how they came up with how to like do this and stuff to be able to get him to sit in the chair. Of course, I'll probably leave him like this because that's how I wanted him to display him and stuff, is sitting in the chair. But I think it's just funny the way you do it and stuff. It's just silly to me. I don't really get it or understand, but I just think it's kind of silly there and stuff. But there is the little Yoda in his chair. But that's going to be it for this SH Figuarts Yoda from Revenge of the Sith. Of course, this neat little Yoda set here with all the accessories and stuff. So again, a little bit odd. I'm not a huge fan of the actual Yoda figure, but if I'm just going to have him on display and stuff, you know, keep him sitting in like this chair style, it's not going to be too bad because I'm not going to mess with him too much and everything. So it'll just be a nice display figure. But it also has, you know, this additional stuff you can do as well, you know, so it kind of adds more to it and, you know, gives you more bang for your buck and stuff. But still pretty cool overall. I'm happy that I got this and stuff. And so I'll have to look out for more of, you know, characters I like from Star Wars and SH Figuarts. Of course, they've done a whole bunch, but I just don't have the money to be able to go back and do all of them. But I can get, you know, one every now and then. And like, but this one I had to order it from Japan, so it was a different, new and weird experience for me having to order from a Japan website, you know, do the conversion of money and stuff from the yen to the US dollar and stuff. So, but I was finally able to get it. I was afraid, you know, of shipping and everything, but it finally arrived here and stuff, and I just absolutely love it, and I'm happy that I did get this. So it made it worth it in the end. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you have this figure, or if you're a fan of SH Figuarts in general and would like this figure. Go ahead and let me know in the comments. Leave a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to the channel to see more action figures videos here on the channel. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you very much, and I'll see you next time.